You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning and happy Friday. We are tracking some wind as we head into the weekend. This is a live look outside right now. It's a cool start to the day. Jackie will have more on that coming up in just a few minutes, but we want to say thanks for starting your Friday with us on DC News Now. It is 6 o'clock. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning, Tim. Corey James. Shanika, she's watching the roads this morning to get you out the door. She's going to have those updates in just a moment for you. But meteorologist Jackie Lair, she's starting us off. And what is a chilly start to the morning? Might need a jacket. Hopefully you can maybe ditch it this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so.
No?
No.
Probably not.
No, I'm thinking
What
because...
are you good for then?
You need to get that windbreaker out.
Yeah, I would say yes. The windbreaker would be something that you would need. Now, we're talking about high temperatures, low to mid 50s.
Okay.
And then also when you factor in the wind, it's going to feel colder. So, I mean, but you can take the jacket off, Corey.
Yeah.
Let me know.
I'll take the birthday suit.
No, stop it. Anyway, satellite and radar out there this morning. Seeing a few snow showers breaking out over towards western Maryland. The rest of the area, it is dry, but later on today could see that spot shower popping up. But overall today will likely be the driest day out of the work week. Temperatures right now 30s and 40s. Currently 41 in D.C., 42 Hagerstown, lower 30s over towards Manassas. Seeing that wind picking up, but it's relatively light in comparison to later on today, and we'll eventually notice those winds picking up mainly out of the west-northwest later on. Wind chill right now, at least 5 and close to 10 degrees colder than those actual air temperatures, so dress accordingly. It's later on today, we'll see those highs back in the upper 40s to low to mid 50s, but it'll feel colder when you factor in that wind. Shanika, what's the latest on the roadways?
All right, let's head out to the Capitol Beltway. Here's the inner and outer loop. That is right near College Park. It is looking okay right now. Let's move over to the map so we can see the rest of your commute. 95 is looking good. The inner and outer loop, 270, the 270 spur, all of it is still green. You're very quiet right now, so let's hope it stays that way.
And that's, you know, somebody's life, somebody's child is gone. You know, you can't bring that person back. Please, do something about this.
A teenage boy is dead and a suspect on the run after a shooting at Brooklyn Station in Northeast D.C.
DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay is live at the scene this morning. And Jean-Marie, this all happened right down the street from a university.
Yeah, that's right. Catholic University is less than a mile away from the train station. The school was actually placed on shelter during the time frame of this investigation. They wanted to make sure that there was no threat to the school at all, and thankfully it was not. But everyone who lives around this train station says that this is a big concern, and they don't understand how this could happen. On Thursday, police say a group of young people were on the platform at Brooklyn train station when a fight broke out. Someone not involved in the fight decided to open fire, hitting one of the teenage boys that was involved. That teenager later died. Now police are searching for this person who they believe pulled the trigger that killed the teen. All of this happening just minutes away from Catholic University of America. The school was placed under shelter as police searched the campus for any threats. In a statement, the university president said, "I would like to encourage our entire community to pray for the soul of the teenage victim who lost his life. And please pray for peace in our city." The news of a fatal shooting adjacent to campus is unsettling for all of us. Now, once the shelter lifted, activities returned to normal, but moving forward, school security, Metropolitan Police, and Metro Transit Police will increase patrols around campus and near the train station. Now, yesterday's senseless act of gun violence definitely had riders upset, especially because it involved the youth.
We sick and tired of this. These kids don't have no respect. And if they don't have respect for themselves, then how they gonna have respect for the adults?
We have young people that are good young people, and then we have those of them that create this kind of activity, and we want to bring these folks to justice.
Now, the Red Line was impacted by this incident. The trains had to bypass the station during the investigation, but now everything is back to normal. Now, if you do recognize that suspect in the photo, you are asked to call police, and there's still so many unanswered questions, but we're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the latest. For now, reporting in Northeast D.C., I'm Jean-Marie Sissay, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. Time right now was 6:04. New this morning, a Virginia teenager is safe after a statewide search.
In Henrico County, police say that they found her late last night. Police believe 15-year-old Veronique Poteet was kidnapped from her home by her half-brother on Wednesday. Last night, police say they conducted a traffic stop and found her inside of a car with an adult woman. That woman is now being questioned. Police say they have not found her half-brother, Terrell Davenport.
A Prince George's County man is facing murder charges accused of killing his own mother. Late Wednesday night, Bladensburg police say officers went to an apartment on 53rd Place for a welfare check. That's when they say they found 72-year-old Lorena Royster, who had been killed. Investigators later connected her son, 51-year-old Reginald English, to the murder. A motive at this time is not known. English, though, is being charged with first and second-degree murder.
And fighting to prevent gun violence, DC-based advocacy group The Trigger Project held an event last night to talk about ways to combat gun violence and remember those who we have lost to it. The group says the district lacks a proactive public health approach to do so, only acting after tragic events. Selena Mathis, who with The Trigger Project, says gun violence is a disease and it needs to be tackled head-on.
In order to stop the spread of the disease, we have to stop the spread of exposure. Trigger Project stands for the true reasons I grabbed the gun evolved from risk. So gun violence starts from a young age. We have to stop exposing children to gun violence.
The event featured speakers and artists conveying their struggle with gun violence, both in their lives and in the lives of their friends and families. The group is hosting its 4th annual Gun Violence Conference Festival, which is set for June 7th. All right, well, hundreds of parents and teachers are expected to rally this morning to protest against the mayor's proposed multi-million-dollar budget cuts.
And those outraged say $300 million is on the chopping block for early childhood education. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is live this morning at Samuel Gompers Park with how this could impact your child. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tanaya. Well, those families will be out here in just a few hours, and they worry that these cuts will make child care costs even worse. And they say these cuts could mean losing valuable teachers. District leaders say several existing programs are at risk of losing funding, including early childhood education programs. Parents and teachers say it is devastating the Early Childhood Educator Pay Equity Fund will be most impacted. They say that the funds are vital for more than 4,000 workers in the sector, helping to boost their wages in line with the salaries of teachers working in DC public schools. Currently, pre-K 3 and pre-K 4 programs come at low cost or no cost for many DC parents. Educators worry if DC doesn't fund these programs, it could make things difficult for working families, as daycares and preschools are forced to pass on the costs to parents. But district leaders say they are working to balance the district's budget and make up for a multi-million-dollar budget shortfall.
We serve over 250 children for free in our 4 centers in the District of Columbia. Cuts to that budget may lower the number of seats that we are able to offer for our students in the fall, in the next upcoming year budget.
And organizers are expecting 250 parents as well as educators to be at this rally at 8 this morning. They're also urging parents to contact their council members to stop these budget cuts. For now, live here in Northwest DC, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
Thank you, Liberty. Well, today President Biden is set to visit the site of the Baltimore Key Bridge collapse. He's going to speak on the federal support coming to Maryland. This comes as engineers who are working on clearing the wreckage say the Port of Baltimore could partially reopen by the end of the month. Now, officials say this is just a tentative timeline. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is working to open a temporary limited access channel that is big enough to get larger boats in and out of the port. Engineers are also hoping to fully reopen the channel by the end of May. Officials say, though, this is an ambitious goal and could be set back by weather and the complexity of the wreckage.
Those spans might have been contorted in such a way that if you were to cut it, there might be some force that's pent up.
Safety and making sure that we have no more casualties and no more injuries is the highest priority of this unified command.
Now, Biden is also set to meet with families of the victims. He is expected to arrive in Baltimore later this afternoon.
Some Frederick County farmers say they are concerned about the long-term impacts from the bridge collapse. Now, since the collapse, some say they have needed to import materials from different ports, which they say comes with an extra expense. However, the county's Chamber of Commerce says the impact should not last long.
What we might see is a little bit less shelf stock, but that would only be for a matter of days, maybe a week or two, as opposed to months, or wondering if we'll ever see those products again.
Meantime, the Frederick County government is providing funding for anyone who needs it, specifically those in the agriculture industry.